Hello, my friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am journeying through my 40s and I am working oh so hard to get my poop in a group. I am calling this my good midlife crisis. And thank you, person. I saw your comment last night and totally forgot your name already. My sign was mixed up. So my little neighbor boy was homesick the other day and he came over to sit with us. He wasn't really sick, he just wasn't feeling great. And he was messing around with my sign and I thought I fixed it. And apparently I didn't fix it completely. So I fixed it now. So thank you for pointing that out to me. It's now fixed. Um, but I am going through my good midlife crisis where I am working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, January the 26th of 2024, and we are going to be doing a financial health check-in. I am going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head, $2,190.50, and I'm going to be doing that in the app that you see behind me. This is YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. And this is a fantastic app that I could talk about for literally days. You can ask Nathan. I do. And I will try not to talk too much about it because I only have 30 minutes to do this video. And we're going to be budgeting out the first week of February because I made January a 5-week month. So even though this is the January 26th, and this is the 5th week of January's budget for me, I am going to be budgeting into February. So this budget is going to cover the beginning of February bills for me. And that includes the sinking funds and all of the beginning of January bills. So we actually have quite a bit to budget. I'm going to try to stop talking, shrink myself up into the corner, and get started. I will say really quickly before I do that, I did get my YouTube check, so I did cover my overspending from last week, so you will see that. I did cover a little bit of reimbursable expenses to make rent even out. So when I cover rent, it'll just be exactly what I owe because Nathan and I use an app called Splitwise where we put in all the bills that I pay, all the bills that he pays, and then it gives me a total of what I owe him for what he pays for mortgage because he owns the house, and then I rent a room from him. And then I pay some bills, like I pay the utility bill and the internet bill. We'll talk about that in a minute. Excuse me. And then he pays the phone bill, which I've now added my mom to. And then he pays the gas bill and the electricity bill. And then sometimes, like this week, I picked up groceries, so that comes off of what I owe him. It keeps a running total, and then it tells me what I owe him. I do owe him a little bit extra for some car work that he did. He picked up some parts and things for my car, not parts. Well, yeah, parts because he did brakes, but also like, I don't know, fluids and whatnot. I don't know all the car stuff, but that I'm going to pay him back for as I go out of my car maintenance fund. But first I need to get an alignment, and I'm just now realizing that they never reached out to me to schedule that appointment for my alignment, and I'm going to have to call them. So much I have to do. But anyway, that's not for now. Okay, so I did cover all of that last night when I closed out last week's budget, so you won't see it, but that is why my rollover is a little bit less than anticipated. And this overspent here that you see, this is just because one of my bills is scheduled to come out today. It's not actually overspent. So all of my overspending is actually covered, which I love. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pause. I'm going to get myself up into the corner and we'll get started on this budget. Okay, here we are. You should be able to see my budget now. Again, this is YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. And what this is a way to digitally cash stuff your money. If you are looking for a way to keep track of your money without having to pull it out of the bank and put it into envelopes, which I know is a fantastic way to use to do your money for a lot of people. But for some people like me, and I know that I've heard from a lot of people that they are the same way, once you have physical cash in your hand, it's gone. And I am the same way. So I understand and I feel you. This is a really good way to do it. You create your own envelopes however you want. You can edit them, move them around, however you want to do it. It's completely customizable. And you can create as many budgets as you want in here, change them around, play around with them, create test budgets, redo it whenever you want to. however you want. It is a paid subscription, but you can try it out for 34 days for free using the link in my description box below. You don't even put any credit card information in. There's no risk. So if at the end of 34 days you've decided it's not for you, you just stop signing in and it goes away and they can't charge you for it. They don't have your credit card information, they can't. But if you decide you do like it and you've signed up for it using my link, you'll get an additional 30 days for free. So you end up getting 64 days for free. And then they send me 30 days for free. So everybody gets YNAB, everybody gets a budget, and we all get free YNAB too. So it's a bonus. That's all I'm going to say, but I will try to point out some features as we go along. So I have set up mine to be throughout the month. These are my envelopes that I go into on a regular basis, and I always start out here. Normally I would go cover my overspending, except for this isn't actually overspending. This is just a bill that comes out today, so we'll cover that when I get to my bills. Every week I give myself $40 for dining out, and look, I'm trying so hard in the month of January to do a low spend. It's not going very well. I'm going to carry that into February, so come back and see if I can do any better in February. Spoiler alert, the propane company went out and filled my mom's propane tank last night or yesterday. And I got her on the Keep It Full plan. And so in December, they put $420 worth of propane in that tank. And it hasn't been cold until the last 2 weeks here in Texas. And then yesterday they went out and put $510 worth of propane in her tank. And I have no idea how they managed to do that. So I'm going to call them today and make sure. But I talked to my mom yesterday and I was like, Ma, I want to help you out, but I just can't do $500 again when I just put $400 in it a month and a half ago. So my mom is going to pay for the majority of that, even though I'm trying to help her out. That's just beyond my ability to do right now. And she understands. And as I've said before, I pay my mom's bills because I want to, as a way to thank her for helping me, not because she really needs me to. It helps her because she is in her 70s. She's about to be 76 in February, and she's on a very limited income, but she is capable of paying her own bills. So it would make her, not have a lot of money left at the end of the month, but she could do it. So she was like, of course, I understand. Then it's my bill and I will pay it. But I'm still going to call the propane company today and be like, yo, how did she possibly, how did you put that much propane? Is there a leak? What's happening? So I'm going to call them because I don't think she could have possibly used that much propane in the last 2 weeks unless something's wrong. Anyway, that was a side story. If you're new here, welcome. I talk a lot. Sorry. If you're not new, welcome back. You're not surprised. Thank you for sticking with me. I love you. Anyway, I'm trying to do a low spend month. Things are happening to really try to prevent that from me, like old debt popping up, $500 propane bills, birthdays. It's been fun. I'm going to extend that into February. But you should go check out Liz over at Budget and Balance and Michael over at Midlife Money Moves because they are doing much better than me. And we're all on this journey together, all three of us. So check out theirs. Speaking of mothers, that's probably mine. It might be my nephew. It's my nephew. Hold on 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Anyway, yes. So let's get to budgeting. I do $40 a week in my dining out, and I was able to save $23 in my dining out so far. That's not going to happen this week. I'm going to meet a friend for dinner on Tuesday. I may go up to Jin's tonight. I haven't really finalized any plans, but I haven't seen her in a while, so I want to go see her. Groceries, I give myself $100 a week. Somehow groceries always get spent. I just buy a lot of food because I'm trying not to eat out as much, and so I cook at home more. So there is my $100 for the week. Fun money. Give myself $10 every week, and that is that. Ecclesial expenses, $80. This is $60 for my church donation, $20 for a meal out afterwards. I did not go out for a meal afterwards this week, so the $20 just rolled back into my ready to assign. $60 to go into the donation. $15 every week for coffee. This is spent. There's never anything left. And if I go over, I pull it from fun, which is why fun. Gas and self-care only get filled on paycheck weeks. That's not this week. I did end up using my gas money last week because I got to babysit my nephew, who is, well, my nephew who just called me, his youngest son. I got to watch him, and so Nathan was working on my car. As I stated at the beginning, he did my brakes, so I had to use Nathan's car to go get the baby, and so I just put the gas money into Nathan's car to fill it up because my GPS took me all over the place, and I felt bad for using all of his gas to just drive all over the place unnecessarily. So I put it in his car. Pet expenses, I will fill, but I will fill that when we get into February. So let me fill all of the stuff for the rest of January first, and then we'll get into February and fill my beginning of the month stuff for that. What else do I have here? Actually, that might be everything I have for here. Nope, I fill rent in here too. So rent, what I am going to owe Nathan. Oh no, so Cinemark comes out today. Actually, this is my movie theater subscription. So what this is a local movie theater, and how it works is every other month I get one free movie ticket, and and then I get 20% off all of my concessions, and I get no fees when I book movies online or buy tickets online or anything. They don't charge you any of those online fees. I mean, obviously, you still pay taxes, but you don't pay any online fees. And then if I book any extra tickets for friends, I get a discounted price. I used to do this every month, and I can't remember the full price, but it was twice this. It was 11 something. And I was going to cancel, and then they offered me the every other month ticket, and I was like, yeah, that's closer to how often I see a movie. So I did drop it down to six. It's $6.48 with tax. I think it's $5.99 plus tax. Um, Excuse me. So this is a much better way, and I am going to go see Argyle a couple of times. I'm going to go see it with a couple of friends on opening day, and then I'm going to go see it with as a girls' day over at Flicks, which is a really cool movie theater. If you have a Flicks in your area, I highly recommend it. And it's one where they brew their own beer, and then they have and ciders, and then they also have like a kitchen, a full kitchen where they like make food, and you sit down and they bring it to you. Like the waiters come and take your order, and then they bring you out your food. So we're going to do a whole girls' day, a whole bunch of us on the weekend of the 9th or 10th or sometime on there, and we're going to go see it. So I'm really excited to see that movie. But anyway, that's my movie subscription. My water bill is going to come out. It is actually, I have the exact amount, $98.35. Says car payment. The minimum payment due is $269.85. And then we pay an extra $55.27 for a grand total of $325.27. This is a car that I financed for my niece back in the day when I was making horrible financial decisions. I could not afford, and so fortunately, one of my church members slash friends, Seth, took over the car payments. He pays me for this and for his portion of the car insurance every month. So you'll see that money come into my budget around the like 15th, 16th. He gives me that money, and then I can make that car payment around the 27th when it is due. My mom's phone bill, I don't have to pay anymore because I canceled this. I am leaving it on here, and I just realized I have an extra 5 cents. I'm going to move that. I will take money where I can find it. I am going to note that I pulled 5 cents out of that category. Um, I am rich. You know what? At this point, I'll take money where I can find it. If I find a penny on the ground, I am picking that up. Mom's phone. Oh, it's already on here. I'm going to negative 5 cents right there. Um, anyway, I'm taking that money. Uh, sorry. So if you're not familiar with my channel, I also keep a paper budget just to do some pre-planning. And I will be getting my February budget ready this weekend, so watch out for that video coming, probably Monday. But I do keep track of that, so it's what I was writing down just a second ago, is that. So I did cancel my mom's phone, and we moved her, like I said earlier, to the plan that I am on with Nathan. He has a family plan, and I am on his family plan. So I pay him for that as a part of my rent. I just pay it all together, which is why you don't see an item for my phone bill. So now once I know for sure that I'm not going to get another bill for my mom's phone, I'll remove this off of my budget. I'll hide it. I just want to make sure that they're not going to like surprise me with any hidden fees at the end of like the billing cycle when they close it out, because you know how phone bills and things love to do that. So before I close this out, I want to make sure I'm not going to get another surprise bill. And then rent, like I said, I pay this at the end of the month. It is, after I take everything off, $522.84 that I will pay him today. And I've only got $83.84 saved for my mom's utilities. I'm going to put another $50 in today, and then I'll have to do some creative accounting to figure out how to pay, but let me see how much my mom is going to send me. And then after I talk to the utility, to the propane company, make sure it's all valid, and I'll figure that out. So when you come back next Friday, for next week's, the first week of February budget, we'll figure out how much I actually was able to put in there and how much I actually had to pay and what my mom paid me or paid toward it. Because I actually made my mom an authorized user on the card that this is on. So she's just going to hopefully be able to log in and pay her part of it, like without having to send me the money. So we'll figure this out, but we'll see. And we'll go talk about that next week. Now for real, I think this is everything I have to budget out in January. Let's jump over to February, which you do by just clicking that button right there. Let's go back up to the top. Like I said, the section here I need to fill, pet expenses, is going to get its monthly $50. I put $50 in here. This is to cover their food and their treats and any toys that I buy them. They don't really, my dogs are older and they have a bunch of toys and they don't really play with them too much. Chad he's one of my dogs. He likes to play with balls. He likes to play fetch. And Emmett's more into stuffed animals, but they have them and they're not rough on them anymore. They were when they were puppies, but they're not. And my cat goes through scratch pads, and that does come out of here, but he's good on them for right now. Household, I budget $100 a month. It used to be $50. I realized at the beginning of this year I need to update that because I spend way more than $50 a month. And budgeting gets $25 a month to buy my awesome stickers and things like that. I do have affiliate links that I will put in my description box below if you are looking for anything for your budgeting journey from Amazon, pens, papers, binder rings, things like that, that I use, that I recommend. I will put them all in the description box below. This gets me a very, very, very small percentage back. And then once I hit like $10, Amazon will send me a gift card. So if you are looking for a way to support my channel, this is a great way to help me out. And but only do that if you are not already supporting and buying these things from another YouTuber, and if you were planning to buy them anyway. Please don't just click and buy them, just because they really only do send me like 2 cents per transaction. It's not a lot of money, but if you are going to buy them and you want to use that link, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Every month I put $20 in this stuff I forgot to budget for. This is like my miscellaneous, whoops, forgot about that thing category. Like last month we had a dinner for a friend who used to be part of my wine ladies, and she moved out of the state. She came back into state, so we decided to host a dinner for her. I used most of that money to just cover my portion of her dinner. So yeah, that was just a fun little thing. I put $100 in my gifts and giving every month because I have a gifts and giving problem. It's not a problem. I love doing it, but I spend a lot of money on this. So the way I've decided to do it this year is to continue to budget it as gifts and giving. And then as I buy, if it's a donation, I'll move it to my donations category. If it's for a birthday, I'll move it to my birthday category. If it's for my niece, I'll move it down here. It just depends on what it is. And then the holiday giving, this is specific for my Christmas fund. This is different. This, I put $85 a month so that when Christmas time comes around, or if I see something now that I know I'm going to want to buy for somebody for Christmas, I can put it in my like area that I have for Christmas gifts, which is my closet. I can buy it now, but it'll come out of this category. Okay. My mom's insurance is going to be due on the 1st. That is $104.92. One of the things about YNAB that you can do if you set up a target, if you know how much the bill is going to be every month, and you set up your targets, you can just hit this underfunded button, which you saw me do with Seth's car, but I didn't talk about, and then you don't have to type it in. My car insurance is going to be due. That is $263.68. My YouTube premium is due on the 4th, but that's not out of this check. I only have to go through the 1st. So that's the last thing. So this check this week for me goes from today, which is the 26th, through next Thursday, which is the 1st. All of my budgets I run weekly when they go from a Friday to a Thursday. And then my next one will start on next Friday, which is when I get paid. And it'll go from the 2nd through the next week, whatever that next Friday is, next Thursday. I don't even know. Anyway, so that's all I have to pay for bills. And then I do have my mom's utilities here. As I said, I'm going to put another $50 in there. That's $133. Like I said, I was anticipating this bill from today to be only about $150. So I thought I would be okay. I thought I might have to pull another 15, 20 bucks. I was not anticipating $500. So we'll figure that out. Okay, and then Best Buy is my credit card that I put some Christmas spending on. I am planning to pay this card off, y'all. Come back for my February budget. I'm planning to pay this card off in February. That is my goal. But as you can see, things keep popping up. But that is my goal, is to get this card paid off in February. Okay, that is it for credit card payments this month. Well, this week. And then we're going to go do my my sinking funds. So I have $144.01 left. My goal is to use all of this money. So I'm going to fill all of my sinking funds that I can, and then whatever's left, I'm going to go put back up into, I was going to put it in Best Buy. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in Mom's Utilities now instead. And then whatever sinking funds I have left, I have budgeted on next week's, because the sinking funds are just sinking funds. They're not for right now. They're for future use. So I know I can't fill them all right now, and they're not actually technically until February. I'm just putting them now because it takes the burden off of February and gives me extra money in February to pay off my Best Buy account. So let's do this. Let's go to sinking funds. My mom's utilities I already did, and holiday giving I already did. So I'm going to start with car registration. Nope, we're going to do taxes. Because another thing that popped up is I owed taxes when I did my taxes this year. I had to pay taxes. I paid I have to pay $20 in taxes. I have it set up to come out of my account on Monday. I only owe $20. I literally owe exactly $20, which means when you see me set up my budget going forward, I will start pulling money out of every check. There must have been some sort of tax break last year that they took away. I don't know. I don't follow it. Because I owed 2 years ago. I got a refund last year, and then I owed this year. 2 years ago, I owed like $35. Last year, I got like $400 and something back. This year, I owe $20, which is the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to have it set up to where you come out pretty close to breaking even, so you're not giving the government a tax-free loan or like an interest-free loan. But it's still frustrating to have to pay to have your taxes done and then owe money. So I had to pay all total, it was like $61 by the time I paid to have my taxes like prepared, and then paid to get my taxes, like paid the government for my taxes. So I've already paid to have my taxes prepared. That's already done. That was another expense from last week that I covered. I just covered that overspending. But the IRS is supposed to auto draft $20 out of my account on Monday, so that I need to have scheduled. And that really is the last thing I need to put in there. And then going forward, every paycheck, I'm going to start putting $25 in here, because before my HSA, it was like $560 that it said I would have owed. Obviously, I do have an HSA, so it's okay, but I said, okay, I'm going to round it up to 600. I'm going to divide that by 26 paychecks, and that's what I'm going to put away I just rounded everything up and I said $25 a paycheck is what I'm going to put away. So now I'm going to go find my plan. Nope, that's not what I'm doing. Registration is what I said. Registration, I am going to put $8.34 in here. That is for my car registration. I'm going to put Costco in here. That is $5. I put $5.55 actually. Power Suite, that is the editing software that I use. That gets $9.59. Vacation, these are not in order, and I think going forward I put them in the order that they are on this list because by the time I wrote out my February budget, I decided, I was like, why aren't they in the order that they are on my YNAB so I can find them more easily? But when I did my January budget, I didn't have them in this order. Costco, I did vacation. I am going to have to buy tickets for Jaden's graduation. Jaden is Nathan's oldest son. I'm going to have to buy those tickets to go up to Washington State in June. I have pretty much decided not to go to my cousin's wedding in June as well, up in Vermont, just because, or New Hampshire, because I just can't spend that much money. It's just too much for me to do both. And then YNAB is this. It is a paid subscription. Worth it. So worth it for me. $10.56. So that leaves me $38.20 extra. I'm going to go ahead and put that into my mom's utilities and let that, is that everything? Did I get I feel like that's more than I should have. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, plus 38.20. Okay, that's everything. Yep. Okay, that's everything. And it's 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. All right, y'all. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I hope your low spend, no spend January is going better than mine and you don't have secret old debts popping up and surprise propane bills popping up. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, a fantastic week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend planned and I hope you are having an awesome January. I love you. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. And if you are not yet, please subscribe and come along with me. See how this saga turns out for me. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.